spend some time cuddling the puppy. Wren got attacked by another dog this morning. We were not at an off-leash park. She was leashed, and we were walking in Copperwood. Good girl, Wren, good girl. She was really scared, so she's been like hiding in her kennel since we got back. So I'm just really glad that she's seemingly back to normal and wanting attention and cuddles and belly rubs and stuff. Right, puppy? Hi. Hi. Good girl. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Keeping this in the vlog, just cuz. Okay, thank you. Thank you, that's a good girl. Anyway, you changed the tone of this thing, Wren. I was pretty upset. And I was going to give the people an earful that I wish I gave to that poor excuse of a dog owner. Anyway. So, we were walking in Copperwood. There's like several different like man-made lakes and ponds and stuff. And we were turning the corner. Again, Wren is leashed because we are not at an off-leash park. So she needs to be leashed by law. Yeah, we had walked for like 25 minutes already, 20 minutes or so. We're going in. Around the corner, there's this small child, like 4 or 5 years old, little kid, pink jacket. That's what I remember. Just like some blonde-headed white kid in a pink jacket with a ponytail. I don't know why I'm telling you those details. Not like it's gonna matter, but that was just whatever. I have a very visual memory, but everything happened so fast, and it was really funny. This will be going back directly. I'm still flustered. This happened like an hour and a half ago, and I'm still like upset. I was in the middle of sending my friend a voice note about how much I hate this community and how much I hate communities like this. Just like cookie cutter, suburban, just whatever. I don't even know what else to call it, communities. And I was in the middle of sending him a voice note, and then this happened, and I dropped my phone, and it was just like icing on the cake. A really crappy cake. Crap cake. Yeah. So I saw this little girl, and I saw a dog, and it was quite small, much smaller than Wren. I don't know, I would say it was like the size of a full-grown Bichon Frise, except without the hair. Like, so it looked even smaller because it didn't have the fluffy hair and whatever else. Like, it was bigger than a Chihuahua, but most dogs are. But it wasn't a lot bigger. It was like short hair, brown and black, but it saw Wren and immediately just came running, just barking and running straight for us. The child was unattended. There was no other adult around. I didn't even, like, it happened so fast that I didn't even know if the dog was on leash or not. I don't know if the kid dropped the leash. I don't know. So many people in this damn community just do whatever the hell they want because they have money, so why not? You have money and you're white, so why not? I'm just going whatever. I'm not censoring. So, I have actually phoned animal control multiple times while I've been walking Wren because people leave their dogs off leash here. They're just at the park, whatever, this is our community, we do whatever the hell we want. So they leave their dogs off leash. I've recalled specifically about that area before too. But anyway, I don't know what the situation was, or I didn't at the time. I know now because of animal control, and they called me back and gave me some details. So at the time, I didn't really know what the hell happened, but this dog just straight for us. I tried, like, Wren is not aggressive. She is scared. She is anxious. Sometimes she's reactive when she's scared and she barks. She's never bit anybody. And it kind of depends on what energy you're bringing to the table too, because she barks and kind of like backs away. She'll get hackles. She gets upset, but she's not aggressive. And that's the thing. This dog bit her like 5 times. I couldn't pick it up in time. It was small and fast, and I couldn't create enough distance for like a couple seconds. So it got her like in the neck and torso like 5 times. Wren didn't growl, didn't whatever. Like, she was scared. She was trying to run away. But if I let go of Wren's leash and she ran, I mean, she could run into the street and then end up getting hit by a car. She could have ran away and the dog could have chased her, and it just would have been worse. So I didn't let her off the leash, but she was trying to run away, is what she was trying to do. Like, and I was trying to get this dog, and somehow I created enough distance. And then, like, finally an adult showed up after everything happened. Like, they didn't witness anything. Finally, they showed up, and I don't even remember how they got their dog back to their general area, because the dog was like 2-3 meters away from us, and it was still facing us, and I was just like ready if it was going to come again. And then meanwhile, Wren's like a mess and just trying to leave. Like, she's so stoic. Like, even in situations like that, like, she was scared and she was hurt and she was like, ugh, but she wasn't like bouncing around or whatever. She just like had her back faced away and was like trying to like leave, and the lady came, like, I don't know how, like, what did that lady was like 50 feet behind that kid, like, and she was responsible for the kid and the dog. I don't know what the relationship was, because she seemed a lot older. She seemed like in her 60s. Man, it's really hard. This is going to be a bigger conversation. It's really hard not to see things about race. So when I include details like, oh, it was like this 60-year-old white lady, that might not be a factor at all. But this community is very, very, very white and a lot more conservative. And there's other stuff that'll be in the conversation about racist stuff that's been going on in the community as of last night, and that was why I was voice noting my friend about it. There's Confederate flags on the block, there's whatever else. So it's one of those things that's like, that could have been any race of person that is an idiot and doesn't know. At the end, it's a human problem. It's an idiot problem. It's a problem with anyone can just go out and want to buy a dog, and then they get a dog, and then they don't train it properly. They don't care. I mean, Rebecca's brought this up many times before, that owners with really small dogs that are like really aggressive and they like are barky, and they just think it's cute because it's a small dog, and it's like, no, your dog is aggressive. Like, if it was a different breed of dog or a larger dog, you would be scared because the dog was barking. And it's like, your dog is still being aggressive. Just because it's small doesn't make it any less aggressive. If that small dog bit another dog, something could happen, like health-wise, whatever, like injury, disease, whatever, right? Like, it's like, frick. Anyway, it's an idiot problem. It's not a race problem, but I speak about, one, I'm just a very visual person, so what I see, and color is one of the first things that I see, and whatever, take that for what it is. It's just, again, it's not like, oh, white people are idiots and they need to be better dog owners. No, nothing like that. But I note it, and then I feel weird about saying it, and then I feel weird about not saying it, so I'm saying it. Whatever. I mentioned age too, but that's just part of the details. So anyway, then she was there. Somehow she got her dog back to her general area, and then she was like, oh, did she get bit? And I was like, yes, she did. And like, I was all flustered. I don't like confrontation. It is unpredictable, and I think that's what makes me uncomfortable with it. And part of it is because I'm unpredictable in heated moments like that, and I don't have enough control. And I say that because I haven't had enough instances with it to know how I will react. I asked for information. I said, I better get your information. And she gave me her phone number and her first name. And then I left, and then about a block later I stopped and like tried to check in with Wren, and she was all over me, and she was still nervous, and she was just jumping on me and kissing me and whatever. And then she just pulling all the way home. And I called animal control on the way back and told them what happened. They got the information. They came to the area. They got me to write a statement. They ended up phoning me back, giving me some details, which I'll give you in a second. But yeah, no, we got back. Wren was super pulley. Rebecca helped check her out It doesn't look like there was any broken skin, but there were several spots on her neck and torso where she did not want to be touched. She was like sore to the touch, and she like recoiled and didn't want us to inspect her anymore. But we tried to do that, and then didn't see any blood, didn't see any broken skin, and then she just like ran to her kennel and she wouldn't come out for like a while, and that's why I was like, okay, good, like you're okay right now. But she was nervous and shaken up, and so was I. I was like, and she's probably feeding off my energy too, and I'm upset. And so, yeah, it was so dumb. I was thinking while I was sending this voice note, which I completely lost because I dropped my phone in the act of all this stuff happening, that I was like, oh man, I should be doing a vlog right now about the events of last night. And instead, I'm going to do a whole conversation about it, about community feelings and neighborly whatever, and I'll give more details there, about some racist remarks and Nazi symbolism that was on a vehicle in the community, and how the community online reacted to that, because someone supplied, that's the way I found out about it, someone supplied a picture, and then people were like coming to the defense of the vehicle owner, and it was really interesting. It got interesting really quick, and then I checked this morning and it looks like they deleted the post. They were just like, we can't have that on the community page, it's controversial, so we gotta delete it. Anyway, more on that in the conversation for this week. But Wren seems okay physically, but she's sketched out and not happy. And oh yeah, dog was unlicensed. We found out the dog was not properly licensed, so they got a ticket for that. They got a ticket for the dog being at large, and they got a ticket for the dog biting another dog. Tons of people in this community, because they feel they can do whatever they want, they walk their dogs off leash. And it becomes one of those things that they could trust their dog maybe, or they say they can, but dogs are dogs. They are animals, and like no matter how well trained they are, there's those bylaws for a reason. We don't want your dogs to get hurt. The ones that are off leash, or other ones too. And it becomes one of those things of like, maybe your dog is nice. What if my dog's not nice? What if my dog is on a leash for a reason? And if your dog runs up because it wants to play or be friendly or whatever, and we're not in an off-leash park for a reason, what if my dog was not well trained or whatever else, and then it bit yours, even though yours is the one that's off leash, right? Like, there's so many things that could happen. There's so many factors. Like, what if your dog gets spooked and runs into traffic because they're doing construction over there and there was a loud noise, and if you had the leash, the dog would be fine, right? But people in this community, I've called multiple times. I've called animal control multiple times about dogs in this community being off leash. And one time specifically in the area we were, and other nearby areas, and it just becomes this thing. I guess what happened was that the dog was on leash at one point, and the kid had the dog, but like I never saw any resistance from a leash. I didn't even notice a leash. It was just like immediately the dog was like, I saw the kid, I saw the dog, and the dog was running at us. So apparently the dog got off leash because the kid was holding the leash and couldn't control the dog, and yeah, the owner wasn't anywhere near the kid. They were so far back, I couldn't see them. They jogged up when the whole thing was over, which I think I've already said, so I'm just going to stop repeating myself, but I'm upset. So you're kind of getting a sneak peek into this art piece that I made for a public art thing. They're going to go on utility boxes, but this isn't really what I'm talking about. It's this. So there's these like metal, like they're like for presses for like newspapers and stuff, and I don't know where I got them from. I've just had them for a while, and this is what they'd use to put print on newspapers and junk. And this is advertising a minstrel show at the YMCA. Here's an old ad for Eaton's, the store for young Canada. Like, this is bananas. Like, I don't know. I'm really reckless with my materials in the fact that like I don't remember where I got these. Like someone donated them to me, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then it took me like how many years, and I forgot all about them. And then I went and made art with it, and I'm like, is that like a piece of history? I don't know, but that's weird. Uh, I'm sick again. I'm sick again, and I'm sick of being sick. Uh, I've been lucky to have like a really healthy immune system for like my whole life, and I think I'd average getting sick like once every 2 years. And this year I've been sick, I think, 3 times, um, twice at least. I don't know how bad this is going to get yet because it just kind of started, but it's not fun. I would rather have a fever than have a cold, and I think this is going to be more of a cold again. So anyway, abstract art class has been going well. Definitely learning a lot about some things I'd like to change for future classes if I hold them. And yeah, I'm just wrapping up the vlog. The only other video this week, man, I was so behind in the reviews. I want to like do. I've got like 10 that I need to do, and it's annoying that I haven't done them because I still want to do them. I don't want to do them any less. But yeah, what was the conversation that I had this week? Oh, I always do this. The only other video this week, man, I've barely ridden my bike. What a time. I'm trying not to like focus on that in a negative way. Oh, inauthentic community. Yeah, yikes. Yeah. So that's a conversation. Yeah. That's it. I think that's it for the vlog. See you on another time if I don't die from whatever this is or something else.